Welcome to CryptoCast Daily, your fast track to today's biggest crypto stories. Like and subscribe to stay ahead in the market. Here are the top highlights shaping the crypto market today. Stripe's Tempo blockchain is a referendum on the ghost of Libra, says Libra co-creator. Chainlink CEO sees tokenization as sector's rising future after meeting Atkins. Bitcoin illiquid supply hits record 14.3 M as long-term holders continue to accumulate. Stablecoin retail transfers break records in 2025, hit $5.8 billion in August. Spot Ether ETFs shed $952 million over 5 days as recession fears grow. ARK Invest snaps up $23.5 million in BitMine and Bullish shares across Flagship ETFs. Bitcoin stays below $112,000 after tough jobs report and Fed cut bets. What next? Santiment highlights 5 of this week's top trending coins: BTC, ETH, DOGE, USDT, EGLD. Bitcoin and stablecoins dominate as India, US top 2025 crypto adoption index. StablecoinX secures $530 million investment to back Ethena-Linked Treasury. The banks and the unbanked. Blockchain's biggest beneficiaries sit at both ends of the financial spectrum. DOGE flashes bullish signal as RSI holds neutral and volume surges. Tokenization offers enhanced liquidity, but faces major hurdles, BofA says. Brazil's largest private asset manager Itaú launches crypto-focused division. Stripe CEO Patrick Collison explains why businesses are turning to stablecoins. State of crypto. Congress is back from break. XRP holds above $2.82 after sharp decline, technicals point to $3.30 breakout test. Adam Back joins fight for the soul of Bitcoin over JPEG spam. Belarus seeks to cement role as crypto digital haven, President Lukashenko says. If they can do it to Sun, who's next? Say insiders as WLFI claims freeze was to protect users. Stay tuned as we break down the details behind these headlines.
Christian Catalini, co-creator of Facebook's Libra project, warned about Stripe's Tempo and Circle's ARK.
He said these projects could succeed commercially but at the cost of crypto's decentralization ideal.
Libra, later renamed Diem, was Meta's attempt at a global digital currency.
It faced regulatory backlash and was eventually shut down.
Catalini discussed Libra's early compromises, like abandoning non-custodial wallets due to regulatory pressure.
He noted the irony that open networks are now developing compliance tools that could have addressed those concerns.
He warned that any network with a central authority is vulnerable.
Catalini placed Stripe's Tempo and Circle's ARK in this context. Chainlink Chief Executive Officer Sergey Nazarov met with Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Paul Atkins.
Nazarov stated Atkins is interested in bringing on-chain assets into compliance with securities laws.
Nazarov believes tokenization of real-world assets will become the majority of the crypto market.
He was impressed with the agency's shift towards facilitating blockchain tokenization safely and efficiently.
Nazarov also met with White House crypto liaison Patrick Witt.
He is hopeful due to the urgency displayed by the Securities and Exchange Commission in White House.
Nazarov believes blockchain can integrate with existing financial regulations by mid-next year.
A key task is ensuring blockchains meet standards for legally binding asset transfers.
Bitcoin illiquid supply has reached a record high of over 14.3 million Bitcoin.
This represents approximately 72% of the 19.9 million Bitcoin currently in circulation.
Illiquid supply refers to Bitcoin held by entities with minimal spending history.
These entities often include long-term holders and cold storage investors.
This growth in illiquid supply demonstrates a continuous accumulation trend.
This trend has persisted despite recent market volatility.
Even after a price drop in mid-August, the illiquid supply continued to increase.
Over the past 30 days, the net change in illiquid supply has grown by 20,000 Bitcoin.
Retail stablecoin transfers have hit record highs this year.
Transaction volumes through August have already surpassed last year's total, according to a CEX.io report.
Retail-sized transfers, under $250, crossed $5.84 billion in August alone.
This is the highest ever recorded, based on Visa and Allium data.
2025 is already the busiest year for consumer stablecoin transfer volume.
Stablecoins are becoming more integrated into everyday finances, from remittances to microtransactions.
A survey of over 2,600 consumers in emerging markets like Nigeria and India supports this.
Many respondents use stablecoins to avoid high bank fees and slow transfers.
Spot Ether exchange-traded funds saw 5 straight days of outflows this week.
These funds lost $952 million total and over $787 million in just 4 days.
August saw record inflows of $3.87 billion into spot Ether exchange-traded funds.
This contrasts with Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, which had $751 million in outflows according to SoSo value data.
Friday saw the largest decline with $446.71 million leaving Ether-linked funds.
Spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, however, saw $246.4 million in inflows this past week.
Ether is up over 16% in the past month but down 1.8% this week, trading near $4,300.
This drawdown is likely related to a move away from risk assets following weak United States jobs data.
Cathie Wood's ARK Invest increased its investments in crypto-related equities on Friday.
ARK Invest purchased more than $23.5 million United States dollars in BitMine Immersion Technologies and Bullish.
Bullish is the parent company of CoinDesk.
These purchases were made across 3 of its actively managed exchange-traded funds.
The ARK Innovation Exchange Traded Fund, ARK Next Generation Internet Exchange Traded Fund, and ARK FinTech Innovation Exchange Traded Fund collectively acquired 387,000 shares of BitMine.
They also acquired 144,000 shares of Bullish.
These shares were worth over $23.5 million United States dollars at Friday's close.
The ARK Innovation Exchange Traded Fund led the purchases.
The United States jobs report was weaker than expected, increasing the likelihood of Federal Reserve rate cuts.
However, Bitcoin has not rallied in response, remaining below $112,000.
This suggests a potential for further decline in Bitcoin price.
The August jobs report showed only 22,000 jobs added, significantly below projections.
Several sectors experienced job losses, while health services and leisure and hospitality showed growth.
The probability of a Federal Reserve rate cut at the September meeting has risen to 100%.
The chance of a larger, 50 basis point cut has also increased.
Upcoming revisions to earlier jobs reports may further support rate cut expectations.
Bitcoin dominated conversations this week with discussions around its role as digital gold and long-term investment appeal.
Ethereum also saw significant attention in promotional materials for new tokens, highlighting its continued relevance.
Dogecoin gained attention due to a planned United States-listed exchange-traded fund and mining expansion news.
Tether sparked interest with its strategy to invest more heavily in the gold supply chain.
Finally, Multiverse X discussions focused on concerns about increased EGLD supply and potential project migrations.
Santiment noted that Bitcoin discussions emphasized self-custody and use of nodes for network security.
Tether executives reportedly referred to gold as natural Bitcoin, signaling portfolio diversification.
Some Multiverse X users noted ongoing work on services like X Portal and X Money despite migration concerns.
India and the United States lead the world in cryptocurrency adoption this year.
This is according to Chainalysis 2025 Geography of Cryptocurrency report.
India ranks first across all subcategories measured.
The United States climbed to second overall due to increased institutional participation.
Asia Pacific is the fastest growing region with transaction volume up 69%.
This growth is driven by activity in India, Pakistan, and Vietnam.
Stablecoins like USDT and USDC remain central to global adoption.
Bitcoin remains the primary entry point for fiat on-ramps.
StablecoinX Assets Incorporated and TLGY Acquisition Corporation secured $530 million in new private investment.
This investment expands their combined funds to $890 million.
The companies plan to merge and list on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol USDE.
These funds will support a Treasury strategy connected to Athena's ENA token.
StablecoinX is expected to hold over 3 billion ENA tokens.
Investors include Brevin Howard, Susquehanna Crypto, and IMC Trading.
The Athena Foundation announced a $310 million buyback program.
This brings total announced purchases to $570 million.
Capital markets are in flux as monetary policy highlights a fragmented global economy.
Its biggest beneficiaries are financial institutions and the unbanked.
Builders must account for the needs of both groups to realize blockchain's full potential.
Franklin Templeton's tokenized money market fund drastically reduces transaction costs.
This same technology can facilitate faster, cheaper remittances.
Major institutions and aid organizations are demonstrating blockchain's viability.
Institutional investment strengthens blockchain networks, benefiting all users.
Global transaction banking generates substantial revenue, but inefficiencies are costly.
Dogecoin price rose almost 1% with volume surging 29% above weekly averages between September 5th and 6th.
A sell-off to $0.213 was absorbed by buyers.
Traders are watching $0.22 as a key breakout level.
Dogecoin reached a local high of $0.2157.
Reports of a $200 million Dogecoin Treasury initiative led by Elon Musk's legal counsel boosted credibility.
The first United States Dogecoin exchange-traded fund applications were filed, with decisions expected in October.
Futures activity increased 119% in August.
Dogecoin traded between $0.213 and $0.221.
Tokenization converts ownership of assets like stocks and real estate into digital tokens on a blockchain.
This offers advantages over traditional structures, according to Bank of America.
Enhanced liquidity is a key benefit, enabling 24/7 trading and faster settlements.
Fractional ownership and transparency are also notable advantages.
Tokenization allows for lower fees and automated processes through smart contracts.
Over $28 billion worth of real-world assets are already represented on-chain.
However, regulatory uncertainty is a major hurdle for widespread adoption.
Custody concerns and technology vulnerabilities also pose challenges.
Stripe Chief Executive Officer Patrick Collison stated stablecoins offer businesses faster, cheaper, and more reliable payments than traditional systems.
He made these remarks on Hacker News following the launch of Tempo, a blockchain for stablecoin payments.
Collison explained Stripe was initially disappointed with crypto payments.
However, their perspective changed as more businesses adopted stablecoins.
Collison cited examples like SpaceX using stablecoins for money flows in difficult markets.
He also mentioned Latin American fintech Dollar app using them for banking services.
These businesses are using stablecoins for practical financial activity, not speculation.
Tempo is designed to function behind the scenes like Swift or automated clearinghouse.
XRP could not hold above $2.88 to $2.89.
This triggered a 4% decline as institutional selling capped the advance.
Buyers reappeared between $2.81 and $2.83 to stabilize the price action.
XRP remains in a 47-day consolidation under $3.00.
Traders are now watching the $2.77 support level.
October Securities and Exchange Commission exchange-traded fund decisions are also key catalysts.
Whale accumulation continues, with about 340 million tokens purchased recently.
Exchange balances remain above 3.5 billion XRP, raising concerns of potential selling pressure.
Adam Back, Blockstream Chief Executive Officer, has entered the debate surrounding image inscriptions on the Bitcoin blockchain.
He refers to these images as JPEG spam and argues they detract from Bitcoin as money.
Back believes Bitcoin is owned by humanity and developers should respect user consensus.
He cited the block size wars as an example of user pressure preventing unwanted changes.
The number of JPEG inscriptions has risen by 20% since May.
Fees tied to these inscriptions total approximately $777 million.
Proponents of ordinals argue users paying for block space is valid network usage.
They emphasize Bitcoin's permissionless nature and the importance of decentralization.
Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko is pushing for finalized cryptocurrency regulations.
State news agency Belta reported on Lukashenko's remarks on September 5.
He wants transparent rules and new oversight mechanisms.
Lukashenko aims to balance global crypto adoption with investor protection and financial stability.
A state control committee report revealed violations in crypto transaction records.
Lukashenko noted that about half of Belarusian investors' funds sent abroad did not return.
He called this situation unacceptable and stressed the need for updated legislation.
Lukashenko instructed regulators and the high-tech park to create clear rules for businesses.
World Liberty Financial, or WLFI, says it froze wallets to protect users from phishing.
The project claims the freezes were not meant to stop normal trading activity.
WLFI stated 272 wallets were blacklisted.
215 were linked to phishing, and 150 were compromised via support channels.
Tron founder Justin Sun had his WLFI address frozen.
This followed small test transfers between his wallets.
These transfers looked like Sun was selling his tokens.
However, on-chain data suggests otherwise, according to Nansen founder Alex Svanovic.
That's a wrap on this episode of CryptoCast Daily. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more market updates, bold predictions, and fearless crypto insights.